Haha, it's better than the first one you had. Aren't you jealous?
Okay, I don't know what that was. I don't. Please let me know that I can be heard. Anyone. That would be really kind of you. If someone could do that. I can't. One moment. I'm going to need a minute. It's been a while. So, trying to figure this stuff out. Hold on. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. All right. I'm going to assume I'm live. Okay. No, not that. Hi, Betty. Hi, sweetheart. Okay. Can you hear me? Okay. What is this? Show. No. Jiminy Crickets. Okay. This is where it is. So people have crises of conscience, right? And I'm having one of those. I don't want to stir the pot. I don't want to. I don't. I don't necessarily like showing the truth to make it stab at people, but when something wrong was done, and it was done publicly, I have no relationship with Koli, so I feel no need to go to her. I'm blocked on everything anyway. She's too scared to have a conversation with a real grown-up, so she just blocked me everywhere, which is okay. Or her mods did, whatever it is. She can say she didn't. I want to take a walk down memory lane real quick. And the allegations that started off with Sarah Jean. I'm sure I might not have this fully right. I hope I do. And if I don't, hopefully someone will correct me. Sarah Jean had a conversation with Tara and had intimated at the fact that there was domestic violence in Koli's home. Okay. We know this happened because Koli went live and she dragged Tara. And I'm going to say this. The music is distracting. Okay, babe, hold on. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, there should be no music now. Is that better? I can't see shit again. Okay, B, is that better? I turned the music off, I think, I hope. Okay, so let me get this out there for the masses, and I'll say it slow so that the people in the back can hear me. I am not doing this in defense of Tara. Tara and I are not friends. Tara and I have not been friends for well over a year. Okay? Not friends. Things came to light where Tara has said things about me recently, and it hurts my feelings because once upon a time, I did call her my friend. She was my friend. With that being said, I don't want to hear that I am bringing this to light because of Tara. Okay? No. The problem I have, and this is about domestic violence, saying and intimating to someone that domestic violence is happening, and then when it comes out, you claim it to be correct and you stand on it and you make statements such as, when my husband heard that it was public that I told someone about my DV, he hurt me. He hurt me because I'm not saying this. These are Koli's words. He suffocated me 3 times. She said this. She said this. And I'm going to play it for you right now. Hopefully it works. So please let me know if you can hear this. I'm not good at doing this. Crud. Okay. See if you can hear this.
That's true. Do y'all want to know what happened to me 3 days after that happened with, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Fuck it. Do you know what happened when Tier put my domestic violence shit out? I was smothered 3 times in one night for Tier's bullshit. Fuck it. I'll just say it.
I'm going to play it one more time.
That's true.
One more time.
Do y'all want to know what happened to me 3 days after that happened with, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Fuck it. Do you know what happened when Tier put my domestic violence shit out? I was smothered 3 times in one night for Tier's bullshit. Fuck it. I'll just say it.
And now for those in the back, I'll slow it down just half a second.
He was out of the old.
Okay, hold on. Here.
That's true.
Slow down. Listen. I want everybody to listen.
Do y'all want to know what happened to me 3 days after that happened with, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Fuck it. Do you know what happened when Tier put my domestic violence shit out? I was smothered 3 times in one night for Tier's bullshit. Fuck it. I'll just say it.
Okay. Is there any question as to what Koli is stating to be a fact? What she says happened? Is there any question about that in anybody's mind?
I agree with that too.
That, oof.
All right.
What is this? Hold on. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, so is there any question at all about what Koli stated publicly that her husband did to her? Physical violence happened to Koli because Tara Nicole made a statement about Koli being harmed. Okay, after listening to that, out of hearing it from Koli's mouth, does anybody not believe that she was domestically violated? No, that's not what I wanted to say. That she was harmed. That she was harmed. So now we're talking about women should be believed. When women speak, women should be believed. It shouldn't be left up to question. You should always believe a victim. Always believe. I'm going to play something from last night. And I just want people to listen to it. And you come to your conclusion. Nope, that's not it. Hold on. I have to pull it up again. I don't know what you guys are seeing. I don't know. I'm sorry. I am not the best at this stuff. Clearly, you know, I don't know what my YouTube channel. It's just my channel, period. End of statement. Dun-dun-dun. My channel. Videos. Okay, manage my videos. Hold on one second. I know it's all over the place. Okay. This is what I want. One moment, please. One moment. Okay. Alrighty. Present. Share screen. Share screen. This. Share. Okay, are we ready for it? And I'll play it 3 times also. Here we go. Well, let me see something. Settings. We'll put it at this. I'll do it twice at that, then once slow down for the people in the back. Here we go. Oh, please tell me you can hear it.
Of Sarah.
Here. Hold on. There
I
we
do
go.
agree with that too.
That makes me so fucking angry. because I had mental health issues and she was still coming at me. People were putting my domestic violence shit out on fucking blast because of Sarah. Sarah was the only person who knew that me and my husband had a fucking argument. There was no beating. There was none of that bullshit. That was a lie. There was nothing like she said. Okay, nothing.
Yeah.
And so
she told me that story, but she said it a lot different.
Yeah, no, all it was, me and her were on the phone one day, and me and my husband got into an argument, and she heard that, and she said, you know, that's a form of domestic violence. And I was like, wow, I'm yelling back at him. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like
That's
so we're
verbal
domestic
abuse.
violence at each other. I'm like, what the fuck? We're mad at each other, so we're fucking yelling at
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how it was. Yeah, and so it was like, wait a minute. So now you're going and telling people that my husband is the one who beat me like that. Like, that was the new rumor. That's how my teeth and all that shit happened because my husband did that to me. No, he wasn't even in town. He was out in the oil field. What the fuck? So it was just a lot of fucking.
I'm going to play it again. There's a new addition to the story that now, not only did Tara talk about her physical abuse that never happened, but now she's claiming that Tara is saying Koli has the problem with her mouth because Koli's husband did that to her. Koli tells everybody she was attacked at Walgreens at 4 o'clock in the morning by crackheads. She was beaten up. Her husband was out of town. She's never said anything. Neither has anyone else. But here, let's hear it one more time. Here we go.
With that too.
That makes me so fucking angry because I had mental health issues and she was still coming at me. People were putting my domestic violence shit out on fucking blast because of Sarah. Sarah was the only.
The domestic violence that didn't happen. She's going to tell you it didn't happen. They argue. Not the smothering. Okay, please keep that in mind.
Person who knew that me and my husband had a fucking argument. There was no beating. There was none of that bullshit. That was a lie.
There was no beating. There was no nothing. It was an argument. It was a lie.
There was nothing like she said. Okay, nothing.
Yeah.
And so
she told me that story, but she said it a lot different.
Yeah.
And she told Jackie Wacky a whole other story also. So,
No, all it was, me and her were on the phone one day, and me and my husband got into an argument, and she heard that, and she said, you know, that's a form of domestic violence. And I was like, wow, I'm yelling back at him. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like so we're domestic violence at each other. I'm like, what the fuck? We're mad at each other, so we're fucking yelling at each other. You know what I mean? That's how it was. Yeah, and so it was like, wait a minute. So now you're going and telling people that my husband is the one who beat me like that. Like, that was the new rumor. That's how my teeth and all that shit happened because my husband did that to me. No, he wasn't even in town. He was out in the oil field. What the fuck? So
that was never a thing. Never a thing. Never. I'm going to play it one more time slow.
That makes me so fucking angry. Because I had mental health issues and she was still coming at me. People were putting my domestic violence shit out on fucking blast because of Sarah. Sarah was the only person who knew that me and my husband had a fucking argument. There was no beating. There was none of that bullshit. That was a lie.
There was what?
There was nothing.
Come again?
There was none of that bullshit. That was a lie.
Really?
There was nothing like she said.
Come again?
There was none of that bullshit. There was no beating. There was none of that bullshit. Beating. There was argument. There was no beating. There was none of that bullshit. That was a lie. There was nothing like she said.
So, who lied to who? Koli lied to us. Let's do it slow from the. So this was last night.
That makes me so fucking angry because I had mental health issues too. And she was still coming at me. People were putting my domestic violence shit out on fucking blast because of Sarah. Sarah was the only person who knew that me and my husband had a fucking argument. There was no beating. There was none of that bullshit. That was a lie. There was nothing like she said. Okay, nothing.
Yeah.
And so
she told me that story, but she said it a lot different.
Yeah, no, all it was, me and her were on the phone one day, and me and my husband got into an argument. And she heard that, and she said, you know, that's a form of domestic violence. And I was like, why? I'm yelling back at him. You know what I mean? Like, so it's not like
verbal
domestic violence at each other. I'm like, what the fuck? We're mad at each other, so we're fucking yelling at each other. You know what I mean? That's how it was. Yeah, and so it was like, wait a minute. So now you're going and telling people that my husband is the one who beat me like that. Like, that was the new rumor. That's how my teeth and all that shit happened because my husband did that to me.
Never happened.
He wasn't even in town. He was out in the oil field. What the fuck? So it was just a lot of fucking.
This was a month ago.
That's true.
This is a month ago.
Do y'all want to know what happened to me 3 days after that happened with? I'm gonna go ahead and say it. Fuck it. Do you know what happened when Tier put my domestic violence shit out? I was smothered 3 times in one night
Smothered.
for Tier's bullshit.
Smothered.
Fuck it. I'll just say it.
Tara, I was smothered because of you. The domestic violence that didn't happen.
Fucking
Agree with that.
So this is where I'm at with this. Okay. This is where I'm at. No. Here's my point. Okay. You can't, people going around screaming like Chicken Little, the sky is falling, the sky is falling. You stood 10 toes down and said, I was smothered by my husband when he found out that the abuse allegations went public. He abused me. He smothered. It's, Koli, it's not okay. It's not okay. You're setting women back. I'm not saying, okay, verbal abuse is a form of abuse. Yes, that is correct. You said your husband smothered you 3 times. Unless you meant that as pretend. I don't know. I just know it upsets me that last month you stated your husband physically harmed you. And I just played that 3 times, not just once, not twice. 3 times a lady. No, okay, no. Now 3 times that it happened. Okay. So then yesterday, no physical abuse ever happened. It was verbal. I hope you guys can see why I am confused. I am upset. I held some guilt thinking, oh my God, why didn't I stop Tara from, why didn't I just give her to don't say, no, because it didn't happen. Liar McLiarson, please, your children are going to be able to see this stuff on the internet, Koli. Do you really, okay, and please, you tell me your kids are biracial, but they're not Black. When you're talking about Black, that's what biracial means. Usually, I think. I'm old. But you play that card constantly. I can't be a racist because my kids are biracial. Are they? They're Black? Because it only comes up when you're speaking about things that have to do with the black and white. That's the only thing you say when it has to do. I use the term Wigga. That doesn't mean biracial kids that are Latin, Asian. Wigga is a specific to Black. I don't know how better to put it. You throw that card every time it comes to race things. My kids are biracial. My children are biracial. That doesn't work for me. I've just been told I've seen your children. It's really, I don't know. I do know that. Thank you very much, B. Thank you. women are being beaten and children are being beaten, and the people surrounding, even the animals, are affected by domestic violence in home. And yes, women can beat men. It's a horrible fucking thing. It's horrible. When you stand on something with your whole friggin' chest out. I was abused by my husband, who physically smothered me 3 times because he heard it went public. Fuck it. I'm just going to say it. I'm just going to say it. You're going to be that brave girl taking a stand. I'm an abused woman. She didn't say she was leaving. She didn't say he was leaving. She just said, yep, I'm owning it. I was abused. I was smothered. Just saying it. But then yesterday, I understand that 2 things can be true at the same time. I just cannot figure out. Yes, Terry, it probably does. There's a lot of things that go back. A lot of things can be true at the same time, but what can't be true is I'm verbally abused. We had a fight. We had an argument on the phone, and my husband smothered me. There's been no abuse, no abuse. Verbal. It's all lies, verbal. You're a liar. I don't need proof. I don't need proof. No, that's not what I need. You are a liar. And you make my stomach turn. And one day, I hope you have a come to Jesus moment where you're honest about everything and stop pretending to be and molding yourself to everybody around you. Find out who you are and be you. It must be exhausting pretending all the time, pretending to have a soul, pretending to have morals and scruples, and pretending that you walk a fine moral line. It's got to be exhausting. You don't stand for anything, Koli. Your bitch ass is being knocked all over the place because you stand for nothing. You're falling for everything. These are my opinions. My opinions. Yes. Opinions. Everyone has one, you know. They're like assholes, right? Everybody has one. So with that being said, I just needed to clear the air on that, and I wanted to keep it to the point. Koli, I believe you are a liar. Koli, I believe you tell stories. Koli, I believe that you're putting things on the internet that your children can find and that can hurt them. Koli, I don't think that that's called being a good mom. I don't, because if I said things about my husband and I knew my kids could find it, that would fucking be heinous. What I would do, it's not, you have to understand that your kids' parents could be watching your channel and they could be, you know, it's not just YouTube, Betty. It's horrible. It's fucking horrible. And I'm sorry. So many of us, not my husband, before my husband, I was engaged and I was also a victim. I don't want to. There are people that are horrible victims, not horrible victims. That horrible things happen. Hi, Steph. I'm gonna cut it short, but Koli clearing up that she was never abused. It was all verbal. It was a little jarring because, you know, I didn't go through it with kids. I was young when I was abused and I was so beaten. It was bad. But I know other women have gone through it way worse, and I will never take that from them. Never. I will never say that a fucking argument, that yelling and then lie and say, I was smothered. Why would anyone do that? Why? You make it to, this is why women don't get believed. Verbal abuse is abuse. Yes. Correct. She backtracked it and said it was nothing but an argument. So an argument is just an argument. It's like, do you want your eggs over easy? I turn them over the yellow bricks and it's like, bitch, you eat that. I wanted a full yolk so that I could dip my toast. That's an argument. Not my husband smothered me when he heard Tara say, and for the last time again, as I said in the beginning, I am not defending Tara. She is not my people. She is not my friend. She is not my tribe. She has not been for a very long time. But what's right is right, and what's wrong is wrong. She laid on Tara that she was smothered 3 times because of what Tara said. This is not a me protecting Tara. This is me calling Koli out for just friggin' lying. And with that, I have to end because, yeah, you guys can rewatch it and just, you have to take Koli with not even a grain of salt because she's spineless. She doesn't fucking stand. She just like jellyfishes it through life, you know? Tara was my best friend for a long time. And I loved her to death. And then we grew apart. And then other things have come to light. And now it's a hard disavow. You're right. You're right, Steph. No, you are right. Yes. You made a point to tell Tara, shame on you for coming out with that information. Because yes, in that situation, yes, exposing it. And for her to play on it, she played on the fact that you stood up for her. I was choked, smothered. I was smothered 3 times. That's what she said. I was smothered 3 times. But to hear Koli now saying, bro, it never happened. It didn't happen. Nope. It was a verbal argument. There was only ever a verbal argument. That's what I have the problem swallowing. Yes, somebody should not put out someone's abuse. When they want to, they'll do it if they choose to. Just like you should not out people. You know, there's things you should not do. It's just, there are things that people have to do. And if somebody, I'm going to go off on a tangent and I don't want to do that. I don't want to take away from what I'm trying to say. I'm just saying, Koli, you're wrong for this. You're wrong. You're the reason why people don't want to come forward, or I don't know. It's just wrong in this instance. And I just wanted people to be aware. That's all. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm going to end with this, the hotline. And I hope everybody has a blessed day. Be kind to each other. Try to be. And that's all I can say. That's all I can say, you know. Love with all your heart because nobody's guaranteed tomorrow. That's it. Those are my words of wisdom. You're welcome. You're welcome. It was just sad and angering to me. That's all. Thank you, everybody. Please have a productive day. Have the day you deserve. Have a great day. Are you going to get a Christmas tree, honey? You know, I wanted you to have one December. Just one, honey. Just one. I'll be on watching your live in 2 days. Okay. Be careful getting the Christmas tree and have fun decorating it. With that note, everybody, with a twist and a shout, I'm out. I'm such a dork. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.